Welcome back, and time now for Sozzi's takes. And as you just saw on your screen, it's regarding Rise of the Robots. A new chef is joining the ranks of Chipotle cooks, Chippy. The robot may be frying tortilla chips at a location near you. The rollout is the latest gambit by restaurants looking to trim their costs amid surging inflation. Sozzi, your thoughts, your take.
Oh, you got that right there, Jared. Chippy, chips, Chippy. Yeah, well, anyway, this is a new robot that Chipotle announced this morning. They have linked up with a company called Miso Robotics to launch Chippy at their Irvine, California. Then you can see an actual human chef cutting limes inside Chipotle. And there is Chippy, the magical robot here that will make Chipotle's chips inside of its test facilities in Irvine, California. Now, Chippy is going to find his way into a new Southern California Chipotle restaurant. Unclear the precise location, but I would venture to taking a trip out to that location just to see Chippy and get his autograph. But overall, this is another example of fast food chains trying to find ways to address the worker shortage. Now, ultimately, the big brother of Chippy is, in fact, Flippy. Flippy, who started working with White Castle a couple years ago. Flippy is now in, I believe, about 300 White Castle locations, actually flipping burgers and putting fries into the fry bin. And then, of course, next to it, you have Distant Uncle. That is over Domino's, and that robot is called the Neuro, and that is an autonomous delivery vehicle that is driving to certain restaurants in Houston to deliver hot pizzas. But again, Chippy coming to Chipotle. This is news you could use, Jared, only here on Yahoo Finance.
Oh, yeah, I know. And let's go to the Wi-Fi Interactive. Lots of moves here this morning in the quick service restaurant. We're going to talk about Starbucks in a little bit. Of course, we're talking about Chipotle right now. You can see it's up about 4% today. But I just want to show what's happened in the recent past. So let's take a one-year look. We're going to take a one-year look, and we can see kind of a bifurcated market here, Brian. We got pizza, that would be Papa John's at the top. That's up 15%. And let's get a one-year chart on that. You can see, well, giving back a lot of gains, as many stocks have. But the losses to the downside, Shake Shack down 45%. Yum China, that's a Chinese stock, that's down 30%. Jack in the Box 20%. Starbucks down 20%. So really interesting to chart these price movements here. Chipotle, by the way, up 5% over that time period. And if you go back a little farther, this is still a stock that is firmly in a very long-term uptrend here. So while I guess the last 3, 4, 5, 6 months have been a little bit painful here, Brian, what are your thoughts?
Well, two final things here. One, of course, Chippy is the true no days off employee. Chippy does not need a day off unless his arm falls off. And then, last but not least, what unclear is to me is if new interim CEO of Starbucks, Howard Schultz, will introduce Sippy. I mean, why not just keep this whole thing rolling?
Brian, I thought, because I was reading the chat earlier, and Sippy and Chippy, I thought you were making all this stuff up. I gotta ask you, what do you think is next in terms of robot names? What's the future of robot names?
I think Sippy. I think Sippy at Starbucks would make a lot of sense. Why not bring a robot in there and make those $8 to $9 drinks, really boost those profit margins?